Now, for those of you who are frequent travelers on this channel, this is a bit of a different video. But this stems because a few years back I bought a pram when I became a mum, and I did an unboxing and a review of it after I used it for a week, and that video has helped thousands of people, had thousands of new parents make a decision based on what pram they were going to get, and if they wanted that one they could go and watch everything that I had to say about it, because you guys know I pay for my stuff, I'm not sponsored, so my opinions and my reviews are very, very to the point. Now, for those of you who are here because of the other video, ta-da! I am currently almost 6 months pregnant with baby number 2, another little boy. I actually can't believe that I'm standing here filming this. I might just take a seat for a second. Now, everything's a little bit different these days. You might notice the difference in my physical appearance from the last video, not that it matters, but I did have gastric sleeve surgery. So yes, it is still the same person. However, after 10 years of fighting illness, I had the sleeve after I had Artie. And so I think he was maybe 3 months old in that video, and I had surgery maybe 5 weeks after that. So anyway, I have an amazing new outlook on life. I am currently almost finished my enrolled nursing diploma. I'm going to be a nurse and a midwife, so I'm off to uni next year. And this little tucker is due literally the week of Artie's 3rd birthday, the end of September. So we are very excited, but what's more exciting is after commenting in that video so many times saying, I'm not going to buy the VISTA, I'm not going to buy the VISTA, I'm not going to buy the VISTA, I bought the VISTA. Now, I did buy it secondhand, so I'm obviously going to go through everything with you, pricing wise, what I got and all the rest of it. I picked it up last night, I've washed everything, and I'm going to put it all back together, so I'm going to do that now. And then I'll talk you through all of the fun things. I won't be posting this video until I have used it for, at least a week. I mean, Artie's not home every day now, so, we'll get a lot of use out of it on the weekend. I mean, he's almost 3 now, so he does like to just run around a bit, but we still do go for big walks. I never bought a stroller in between. If you're also not from Australia and you're like, what do you mean? This is a stroller. In Australia, we have prams, which are the big behemoth ones, and then we call the little strollers a stroller. So anyway, I never bought like a little travel stroller or an in-between because I loved the BABYBEE that much, and like it was so easy to just get in and out the car that like I just stuck to using that. So that's the plan with the VISTA. I got a package off Facebook Marketplace. It was, I paid $1,000 Australian for it, and I got literally the color that I wanted, which was, I wasn't fussed on whether I got the color that I wanted, but if I was buying brand new, this is the color I would have got. So we went with the Gregory, which is the blue melange. So it's a gray blue gray, whatever way you want to look at it. And initially I loved the idea of like, oh, it's just like a little bit blue, so like if we have a boy, like that's really cool. Little did I know I'd be here having 2 boys. So anyway, we went with Gregory blue melange. I absolutely love this colorway on the silver frame with all the black bits. I just think it looks so nice. Again, not really fussed on color, but that's what we ended up with. And the first one we ever test drove, comparing it to the BABYBEE, was the blue melange. So this pram was manufactured 2021. And this was purchased in February 2022. So it's had just shy of 2 years use, but in saying that, it's almost like brand new. The family said we used it for 6 months, and then they had older kids, so they didn't really use a pram. They went traveling and used a stroller and stuff. So it's been sitting in their shed. It was a bit dusty, but like I said, I've detailed the whole thing. I've washed every single bit. I love, love, love that you can take everything off this. It's amazing. So anyway, I am going to time lapse and put it all together, and then like I said, I'm going to use it over the next week. I'm going to tell you what I love, if there's anything that I hate, and compare it to the BABYBEE, which I still have in the house. So I'm going to do them side by side tomorrow and show you the differences, how they look width-wise and all the rest of it. But then the BABYBEE is getting picked up, so I won't be able to use that any further, which is fine. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get this thing together and then we can have another chat. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a workout and a half. However, it's all back together. Now this is something that we know is completely normal with these seats, is because it takes obviously the movement out, you know, all the rest of it. It's just how they're supposed to be. So anyway, I had the tall thingamajiggies on, and already just looking at this, whoa, a fly just flew at me. I can just see that Artie is going to be sitting so much further back. So I think he's going to love it. And like for now, this is fine. We're not doing a whole lot tonight. We're just doing some shopping. So he can have all of that room in there. But if I needed to, I would put these on and lift him up higher. We do need to get the rumble seat still. Like I said, I will go through it all with you properly when the time comes, but that's it for now. She's all back together and it just feels so much bigger, but at the same time, like so easy to maneuver. So I'm very excited, but also what I love is how easy she is to fold. It is a 2-clip up here, and because the handle is all the way out, it drops to the floor like that. That's it. That's her folded up, all stacked up, ready to go in the car. So anyway, we'll be back when I've got some more to share.
Ready for beep? And at the station.
Do you like your new pram?
At the
Good morning. Okay, so it has been about, I reckon, 4 or 5 days since I filmed the first part of this video. And as you can see here, I have our 2 contender friends here. Now, my plan the day that I started filming that video, the first part of this video that you saw, I mentioned that I had a lady coming to look at the pram. I wasn't super confident that she was gonna buy it. I felt like if she bartered me down, I would have been like, no, that's fine. I've got enough people interested. Like, I'll just wait and see if I get full price that I'm asking for. You know, or I guess, I don't know, depend how lenient I was feeling on the day. I also just got this new jumper, which is why I keep touching myself. It's so beautiful. Anyway, not what we're here for, Hales. So the lady came and she literally took the pram like that. And instantly I was like, I didn't even get to film the next part of the YouTube video. So my beautiful neighbor across the road has the exact same BABYBEE Duo 2 because she bought it because she loved mine. So I've just grabbed it off her and I thought what a perfect time to do a next to each other comparison, and then I can do a quick run through of opening and closing both prams and how you move things. Okay, first things first though. We've used this baby for, okay, I got it Wednesday night. I had school Thursday. Thursday night we went out, which was, yeah, like I can't remember when I filmed, okay? But anyway, we went out Thursday night. That was our maiden voyage. Jake didn't let me push the pram once. He absolutely loved it and was like, why didn't we do this earlier? So if I've already said all that, I do apologize. But anyway, Dad loved it. So we had Dad's tick of approval. Artie was super comfy. The best thing is I'm going to change these bits whilst we're sitting here. So you can see with the BABYBEE, the foot panel does fall a little bit short, right? So the VISTA seat is definitely longer. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because the issue I had was that I saw people selling these, and when I would message them and ask them like, hey, like, is there a reason for your selling? You know, because we're allowed to ask that. I would have some people that would say, oh, I've just noticed that, my kid's feet are already like almost touching the foot plate and he's like 4, so it's time for me to get rid of it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then my son is already the height of a 3.5-year-old. So I was like, damn, like what do I do? And then I had a lot of mums in the UPPABABY page on Facebook saying, you know, like obviously you can, the canopy is set to the standard click in spot now, but you can obviously click it up over the notch and have it higher so that for tall kids it's fine. But set to the standard, Artie has so much room already, like his head doesn't even touch this little UV thingamajiggy that's there. And his feet, his heels literally sit here. So he still has plenty of room to dangle. As where when he's in the BABYBEE, his head is already touching under here, so we had to already lift the canopy up, and his feet were hanging probably maybe 5 centimeters over this bottom part. So he had trashed this whole little leathery, whatever this material bit is, because his feet were just constantly dragging on it, right? So already that is a huge win for me. So size wise and all the rest of it, if you have tall kids or you've had a long baby and you know they're going to be taller, I mean, again, when we look at budget, if you can afford the VISTA, I've said from the start, 100% go the VISTA. But if your kids are, you know, average size, it doesn't really matter. Or if budget wise, you just cannot afford this guy, 100% this will get you through. The beauty is this comes with all of the adapters and bits and pieces. The only time you need to buy extra adapters is if you're going to use a capsule. The VISTA wants you to be buying everything added on left, right, and center. So I just had to go out and buy lower adapters for the rumble seat, but also for me to put the capsule / bassinet on the bottom part because I didn't have any lower adapters. The adapters that came with it are the top ones to lift the toddler seat up, and I think I can attach the capsule adapters to this part, which means that the capsule is going to sit up higher, but I feel like that would make it a little bit more, you know, flimsy, so the capsule can just sit where it sits. But my point is you have to buy all the extra adapters, and they're not super cheap either, so that is probably one of my only niggly things, as where this one comes with it all. So anyway, and that's if you buy the Duo 2 because it's set for a double. So that's that thing there. So loving the seat for that. Also the fact that the material isn't like completely scooped over and closed in. So like I noticed Artie was like sticking his feet through with his toes the other day, and I was like, just don't get your foot caught. But I don't think there's enough room for that. Like literally this is so flimsy, it would just bend anyway. But the fact that it all comes off, like I said in the first part of this video, textiles wise, this is my favorite so far because every single piece of textile comes off. This pram liner is from Wonderland for Children. It's just a universal pram liner. Now this is gone all the way to the top, and it sits, you can see you've still got like the whole footrest, as where when I put this pram liner in this chair here, it literally sits in the whole footrest and comes up to the top as well. So that just goes to show the size difference based on like how the pram liners come. This is the standard pram liner that comes with the BABYBEE Duo and all the padding. Now, the other thing that has been probably my number one niggle with this pram, I'm just going to do this up so you can see. So the BABYBEE has the circle buckle, and you go click, click for the top two, and then click, click for the bottom two. And the things don't have all the extra like laggy bits. Everything is, you know, scrollable. So you literally just pull up, pull down to make it bigger and smaller. So I love that. And then it's just the one button press to release and they all come out. Now the VISTA is also I'm going to open this so you can see. The VISTA is also a one button press to release and they all come out. However, the thing that frustrates me, now it doesn't really take too much longer to get him in the pram than it did with this guy, but I just wish that there was an option for this top shoulder strap and this side strap, because they have to go like this. Slide them together. So you're literally sliding this guy in the top and then you click it in from here. And this doesn't actually even click into anything other than sliding on top of this guy. It's just that once this clicks in, there's nowhere for it to go, right? So that's for you to loosen it and whatnot. So anyway, once you click it, they all obviously come apart. Now, when you've got a toddler that you're trying to get in the pram and he's waving his arms at and he's like, where's my nanas? Where's my dummy? Where's my Hot Wheels? Rah, rah, rah. It's so frustrating because that one just goes straight over his chest and clicks in. This, I've got to like make sure his arms are through here. And I'm like, Artie, sit still. I'm trying to do this and rah, rah. And then he knocks it and then this comes apart. So anyway, like I said, just a little pet peeve. It doesn't take me any longer, but it is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure on the new model VISTA V2 or the V3 that's coming out will come out. I don't know if they've changed this. I think they have changed the belt system a little bit. I don't know what the difference is, so I don't know, look it up maybe. But that has been my only pet peeve. Everything else, I absolutely adore. The way that this niggles around and twists and all the rest of it is great. It's also got a really good amount of space between here and here. This also does too, but I feel like this sits up a little bit higher, so I find Artie actually holding onto it or like resting his arms on there, as where with this one, he was more like dragging his legs up and trying to, I don't know, maybe the space between here is a bit narrower. I'm not sure. I'm not going to measure, but anyway, I do love how high this sits. So that's as far as that goes. Now, the other thing that is different is the incline recline. So with the BABYBEE, you've got these buttons on the side and you have to push them both in and you can tilt and do this, right? With the BABYBEE, there is a little thingamajiggy on the back here and you literally press that in. My arms aren't long enough, but you press that in and basically when it's up this high, it's not going to incline, but that's how you do that. And it goes obviously completely flat and then all the way up. So when he's facing that way, it would be obviously working better. So yeah, that's easier on that. It's literally one touch up and down, which is awesome. They both have telescopic handles. Let me move my chair out of the way. So you're gonna lose my head, but that's fine. They're both telescopic. I feel like they both work just as well there. One doesn't feel easier than the other. I mean, they feel fine. This is obviously the handlebar bag that comes with your BABYBEE Duo. The one that comes with the UPPABABY is absolutely pointless. Sell it the second you get your pram and buy a better one. I have bought the Stork Sack London from Baby Bunting. This has a massive opening. Literally it opens up so much in there. You can fit so much stuff. It has a zip for safety, which is great. I sort of just like slide my phone in there, whatever. 2 bottle pockets, that folds over, has a little zip at the front too. Now obviously it's adjustable, so you can have it wherever you want. You can do them up super tight and it will literally stay there, but the tighter you do it up, the less you can widen it, right? So I kept seeing people having them super down low, never understood it, but I understand it now because it means I don't have to be fighting here for this little gap. I've got plenty of room here to open and close it. Now, excuse my pregnant breathing. The most important part for me is the cup holders. I believe there's one that comes with the VISTA and I don't really know how it connects to the pram, but I didn't buy it because they break really easily and they have really shitty reviews. What I have got and I kept is my BABYBEE coffee cup holder, because I find if there's anything that BABYBEE have completely excelled in, it is the universal cup holder, and they are about $30. And it comes with a little brochure that tells you, based on which model pram you have, where is the best place to put it so that it A, doesn't break and B, doesn't get in the way. So on the BABYBEE, when you've got the handle extended out, you would have it over the extension part. You literally click it to make sure that the angle is facing up how you want your coffee, and then you tighten it up. So you can obviously have it all the way up here, so it's closer to you. You can have it down there, but you should have it on top of the BABYBEE logo between this part that extends and telescopes in and out. Like I said, with the VISTA, I don't know how the cup holder attaches. I don't have one. I just figured there's no point me spending $60 on something that I just know I'm not gonna like. So I've kept this, and I'll just do it on this side because it's closer for you to see. It literally goes over the same spot. Make sure my cup holder is straight. Tighten it on, and again, like obviously this is a universal cup holder, so I'm going to buy another one because hubby and I, when we go on our walks up the coast, we have one on each side. And that's it. So the thing is with this, I love this cup holder so much. Like, look at this. It's so sturdy. Your cup's not gonna tip, your coffee's not gonna tip out. Bubs isn't gonna whack their hand back and like flip your thing over, which is what used to happen to me on my Red's baby. I love this. Like, if this isn't me selling it to you, anyway, go and buy it. Regardless of which pram you get, make sure you get this bloody coffee cup holder. I've tried them all, none of them work like this. So anyway, the reason my first one broke was because we were very careless and would fold the pram, shove the pram in the boot, not paying attention. And unfortunately, the strength of, you know, like this little guy here, obviously there's a gap in there, which is where you're doing it up to. It's like a vise, but it just put so much pressure on here that it cracked. And one day I had it on my pram, I put my coffee on in the middle of the shops, and it just was the last straw that broke the camel's back, and she fell off and broke everywhere. So like I said, I went through a few different ones in between then, wasn't the same. So having this back in my life has been amazing, but hubby knows as well, the one rule is before you fold the pram up to put it away, the coffee cup holder comes off and goes in the carry bag. So it's always there. So anyway, that's the best thing about everything in this whole video is the coffee cup holder. So what else? I mean, the pram lock for when you fold it is on this side on this pram. It's on this side on this pram, but it does it automatically. You don't need to do anything. I never used it on my BABYBEE Duo. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna fold them both for you now and show you that. If there's anything that I miss in this video that you're like, I wanna see the differences between this and this, like just let me know and I'll figure it out and let you know. But let's start with the Duo. The thing with your Duo is, so that it fits in your car the best way possible, get out of my way. You can leave your toddler seat on. Now, my neighbor has hers just straight onto the pram. I had the raised adapters in there because I liked Artie up higher because he is tall, I am short, and I just liked having him up a little bit higher. But this is just having the seat in the basic position. I always click the footrest up anyway, get him out the way. Telescopic handle has to come down, okay? That's the biggest thing with the BABYBEE, so that you can maximize the room in your car. Telescopic handle all the way down. You don't really need to have the brake on for this pram. I never ever did that. What you're gonna do is where these circles are, hands in the circles, and there's clips, and you're literally gonna clip and pull up, and that's it. So you can see now, because these wheels are straight, they've like stuck into there and it's not actually closing flush. So I used to do it the other way. Let me open it back up. So I think what I used to do was make sure that the wheels were sideways. Yeah. So wheels sideways. And if you don't think about that when you're folding it, you'll just know because it won't close as best. And then when you close it, get it in your boot, flick the wheels to the side and the pram will just like drop. So wheels to the side and fold. And see, now they've just sat in their normal spot. So I literally would pick it up that way with my knee and push it into my boot. Obviously being 6 months pregnant, I still find it super easy to pick up. But as soon as you put it down, those wheels will want to turn, but it falls forward and sits on the handles anyway. So yeah, that's how it sits. It's super compact. You know, I still put shopping and stuff in there when I'd have it in my boot anyway. And then to open, I would pull it out of my boot. And then as I'm sort of like, so if I'm standing here and it's in my boot that way, I would grab it by the handles and pull it out. And as the wheels was sort of like just sitting on the back of my car, I would step to the side, grab the handlebar and here, and I would pull it up so that as I pulled it out, it would open, and that's it. Super, super easy. Handle comes back out. Super easy to maneuver with one hand too, like I still like it. But now that I've used that guy, I am noticing the difference in the heaviness, so probably not the bad thing. So I'm gonna move him out the way now, bring the VISTA back, so you can just see like the smoothness already, the difference. So I obviously have the seat up on the high adapters. Now this one, we go the other way. So we click the footrest all the way back. We make sure that the brake is on. Now the brake is obviously on the VISTA, a push, click it, and the brake is on. That one has the axle at the back, so I'll show you a close up of that later, but just for folding purposes. So brake is on. We want to leave the telescopic handle all the way out. Now this obviously is just folded, it is what it is. The only thing I've changed is that. So we flipped the footrest all the way back and you'll see why, because it folds differently to that one. Telescopic handle out, footrest in, brake is on. Then this one we're standing up here to fold. We've got two little levers. We're gonna pull, let the handlebar fall to the floor, okay? Now there's a reason for that. Because if you start to push it that way when it falls, it's gonna land on the frame and the frame is gonna scratch. The handlebar has the little rubber notches so that it stands up on its own. So doing it like this, you can see here the lever has already closed the pram. So if I tried to open it now, it's all closed. I can do that with one hand. So it just stands up like that. Right, this is all the way down here, gets it out of the way. That's literally it. So then I've been putting it into my car, yeah, that way. I think I pick it up this way. I don't actually know now. Oh yeah, I pick it up this way and so walking towards my car, so you are my boot. I pick it up this way and I put it in and I turn it to the side, and then I end up turning it around so that it actually sits in my car with this part facing the back seats and the handlebar facing out. And that's just because I am pregnant and obviously don't want to be maneuvering super with this in the air a lot. So when it's down that way in my car, literally all I do is lift it a little bit from the back. So it's down like this. I just grab the handlebar, which is here, lift it a little bit so I can stick my hand in here, because this is where the little flick is. Stick my hand in there, unlock it, and then same thing, as I start to pull it out of my boot, and it starts to open, I use my knee to like push the basket, and then as it hits the floor, it's just up. And that's it. So my bag stays on there the whole time. If the bag was up here, when I go to close it, the bag literally is like laying on the floor and stuff. So I figured by having it down lower, it doesn't do that. But that's it, it's up in like 2 seconds. So they're both very similar in the way that they fold and unfold. It's just that one folds all the way down into itself and you pick it up that way. This one folds the handlebar to the floor. So these little rubber notches. But that's what you want to do, is you want to make sure that you're confident in how you open it and close it, because people complain about, oh my God, my first time closing it and I've just scratched my frame. So you won't scratch your frame if you do it the right way. Brake on, handle all the way out, let it close, and so that the handle hits the floor. So anyway, that's that. Actually, another thing that I will show you, I'm going to set these up here next to each other. And then I'm going to grab my camera and I'm going to show you the back view. So this is the back view minus the baby that's there. Hi, Lucas. This is the back view of both prams. So instantly you can see the Vista is just that slightly bit wider because the wheels are on the outside of the frame, same as the BABYBEE, but the BABYBEE's axle is still in the middle, as where this one, it goes up and through the basket, which you don't actually lose a lot of basket space there. So it's not an issue at all. The brake is on the side. It's a push to click. This one is a roll with your foot, and then you have to sort of like push the pram so it locks in. Again, I used that pram for so long that it didn't bother me, but I noticed how much easier this was. So that is your back view. Kind of, you know, that sort of looks like narrower that way than that does, but honestly, I feel like it really is tit for tat, but the Vista is definitely slightly wider. But as far as going through aisles and shopping and stuff, I have not noticed a difference in that. So that's that. Then we've got same view, but from the front. So it looks like the BABYBEE's basket is wider because it is literally just square to the frame, because the Vista V's out at the front and it looks like the basket doesn't come all the way forward, but it does. It's literally, that has this random strip on it. This one stops here because it has a better support bar, but as far as the room and everything goes, I have managed to fit just as much, if not more, in that than I will in this. But that doesn't have any bracing or support that goes underneath the basket, as where this, having this little metal bar at the front, it kind of really holds the basket up. That's just held in with Velcro. So I feel like this can hold more. But yeah, I mean, aesthetic, I love the narrowing of this. I guess until we have the baby and whatnot, like we won't really know, but you can see because it's got the little wheel locks here, it's kind of still the same as that. So I don't know, but anyway, that's them from the front together. So the seat definitely sits taller because I've got adapters on and Kiana's doesn't, but with the handlebars all the way up, the Vista you can see sits a slightly little bit back, but still same height wise. So the BABYBEE looks taller because it just goes straight up. Like I said, hubby is super tall and he said he likes pushing this one better. So that's that. Okay, so sidewise, you can see here, the handlebars are literally like a bee's dick different. That just seems to have a better angle, because what I used to do with this one was I would actually not pull it out all the way. I would have it down a little bit because it gave me more control using one hand. Yeah, I don't know. So I feel like I just like the way that this sits. Like I haven't been tempted to like put the handlebars any lower down for more control, but with this one, because it gets so heavy, I feel like I have done that. But yeah, I mean, the wheels obviously a little bit more stylish on this one. And you can see there how like tall and wide the basket is at the back compared to how narrow that is. I think that's it, guys. I don't really know what else I can show you. I feel like I'm going to conclude it then. Like I said, if you think of anything else or like there's something specific that you want to know about, let me know. But the wheels are all the same. They all click onto the pram when you first buy it. So you can take them off, you can replace them. The baskets obviously come off both of them. You can wash them completely. The seat on the BABYBEE, you can't remove the textiles, so you have to hand rinse and wash it and dry wipe it and all the rest of it. The VISTA, you can pull everything off and put it in the washing machine. So yeah, I mean, as far as size-wise, features and all the rest of it goes, like both very tit for tat. It's just that the VISTA is obviously a slightly different quality build. So it's lighter, it's more durable, it's so nimble. And if you really can afford the budget, I say go with it. If you can't, the BABYBEE will make you get to where you need to go. I've had it for 2 years. I've absolutely loved it. So yeah, here's to me and my super tall baby boys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped someone, anyone. I've really loved being able to chat to you guys on the old video of this. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll be doing any more reviews on anything similar that I buy, but this has seemed to be the most popular thing. So if this has helped you, give it a big thumbs up, and good luck on your journey to becoming a parent and welcoming your baby or swapping parents out there, because you've got another baby coming for you.